Topic 1. Hot PPI reading and policy implications. April producer prices jumped 1.4% month-on-month and 6.0% year-on-year, far above expectations, with core PPI accelerating 1.0% monthly and 5.2% annually. The monthly rise was the largest since March 2022. Wholesale energy was a primary driver. Energy prices rose 7.8% on the month, gasoline up 15.6%, while services and margin increases showed broad pass-through, summed up by some as Tabasco hot. Markets reacted by pushing Treasury yields higher, 10-year to about 4.49%, 2-year around 4.00%, and investors sharply reduced odds of rate cuts, pricing a roughly high 30% chance of further hikes this year. Grocery prices surged 0.7% in April, largest in nearly 4 years, about 2.9% year-on-year, and with the ECB widely expected to hike by 25 BP in June and possibly again, central banks are more likely to prioritize fighting inflation than to ease, with implications for bonds, the dollar, and household real purchasing power. Topic 2. Big Tech, AI Governance, Capex, and Market Effects. The OpenAI trial, brought by Elon Musk alleging nonprofit trust breaches, featured aggressive questioning of Sam Altman and highlighted trust and governance issues. Musk seeks to revert OpenAI to nonprofit status, remove key directors, and pursue large clawbacks. Altman testified about the 2023 ouster and return episode, saying AGI control shouldn't rest with a single person, and recounting Musk's early desire for complete control, underscoring heightened legal and public scrutiny of AI governance. On the industrial side, AI buildouts are driving massive capex upgrades. Analysts have sharply raised 2026 AI capex forecasts into the tens of billions. Hyperscalers are investing historically, and that expansion will boost power demand, benefiting gas and solar suppliers. Semiconductor dynamics are changing too. GPU and memory shortages and price spikes have created new tradable instruments, CME, silicon data, compute futures under review. Pressured supply chains spurred in-house chip efforts, e.g. Alibaba's Qwen work, and forced firms to balance rapid AI revenue growth against heavy upfront investment that can hurt near-term margins. Topic 3. Trump's China trip, tariffs, rare earths, and refunds. President Trump visited Beijing with major U.S. CEOs in tow, and NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang joined mid-trip. The talks include managed tariff rollbacks on non-sensitive goods under discussion. Initial figures floated around $30 to $50 billion, and potential trade for market access swaps on items like aircraft, soy, and energy. China's partial export controls on key rare earths persist, with shipments of elements such as yttrium, dysprosium, and terbium down roughly 50% for some items, pressuring manufacturers and slowing diversification of supply chains. Exporters say they have mostly adapted to tariffs via supply chain shifts, but many view the Iran war and Hormuz disruptions, shipping delays, rerouting, and higher energy costs as a bigger near-term threat than tariffs. Meanwhile, after a Supreme Court finding against some Trump-era tariffs, U.S. Customs began refund processing with an initial payout plan of about $35.4 billion, and some companies already receiving partial refunds, even as the administration signals legal and policy resistance. Topic 4. Labor wins, wage pressure, and corporate adjustments. United Airlines flight attendants approved a 5-year contract by an 82% margin, covering roughly 30,000 workers, securing a 31% base pay increase, effective by August, roughly $741 million in back pay and improvements including boarding pay, red-eye limits, and sit pay for long delays, a landmark pay restoration for flight attendants. At the same time, General Motors cut roughly 500 to 600 IT roles in recent restructurings. AI was a factor in workforce assessments, but not the lone cause, and affected employees are receiving severance, typically 2 to 6 months, one-time health cash payments, 2 CALAs at 6K, and outplacement support. Some companies are proactively raising wages to retain talent.